Tigerwine has a new album on the way, coming out October 25th. Toil and Spin, and joining us today on the show to talk about the new album, their new song Wax Magnetic 2. It's their guitarist, Steve. Welcome to the Hudson Show.
What's going on, dude? Thanks for having me.
Hey, it's good to get to talk to you, get to meet you, Steve from Tigerwine. First of all, where are you talking to us from?
I am in Colorado Springs. This is where I'm originally from. My wife and I just moved back here from Kansas City, so it's a little echoey in here right now because all of our furniture is still in Kansas City. So we have just a box in this room and my Margaritaville chair that I'm sitting in.
That explains the chair. Now I understand.
Yeah.
I'm just glad you have internet so that you can talk to us. Actually, that works out. What made you guys decide to move back to Colorado Springs?
We moved out to Kansas City. I was actually working at the studio where we made the record, helping my buddy to engineer bands. And but we welcomed our first baby 2 months ago, so we were like, you know what, let's get back to the grandparents and the cousins and everything, so she can grow up with that. So we are back here now, which is not, there's worse places to wind up than Colorado Springs. So we're pretty happy about it.
I'd say so, and I think having the other family around to help with the child, that's going to be an MVP for you. I'm pretty sure that makes that makes the move easy.
Yeah, already it has paid dividends, so we're happy about it.
I don't think it's too early to ask, Steve. We're almost into October. What are your plans for Halloween?
Oh man, well my plans don't really go farther than getting our furniture back from Kansas City at this point, whenever that happens. So hopefully we are back by Halloween with all of that and set up here so that we can. I'd love to be able to take our daughter. Well, she's only 2 months, but be fun to dress her up
That's a good
in one way or another. So yeah. So I'm sure my wife is much better at that stuff than I am. So I'm sure she has very cute ideas.
That's a good excuse. You have no matter how young the child is, you can take him trick or treating, and then that's more candy for you. So I think that's
yes.
smart. So you haven't planned a costume yet?
No, I thought about stealing our singer Hayden when they had their daughter in 2020. They were going to go trick or treating, and she was only maybe under a year at that point. But they were going to do. Put her in a bucket and dress her up as a lobster, and they were going to be chefs, he and his wife. And I thought that would be hilarious if I could steal it, but we'll see.
It sounds like you've got a plan, so I think go for it. I think that's
I'll roll with it. I'll tell him you said it's cool. So Hudson says it's fine.
That was 2020? So does that mean that did not work out because there was no trick or treating then?
That's correct. Yeah, 100%.
You get to steal his thunder then. That would actually be amazing.
No. Yeah.
So, I guess around Halloween too, though, you'll be celebrating the release of the new album, Toil and Spin, because it comes out on the 25th. First of all, Steve, I don't want to be too blunt here, but it's been 4 years since you put out music. That's a long time for fans, so I'm sure they'd like to know what was the holdup.
Well, the little thing called COVID-19 happened.
Yeah, that'll do it.
And so our last record came out in May of 2020. So we had all kinds of stuff canceled that year, and then life just kind of went on. We all, everybody kind of started having babies and fun life things happening. So it just slowed down a little bit, and then this record has actually been done going on 2 years almost.
Wow.
At least the recording process has been done, but a lot of these songs are actually written in at least they started being written in 2021. I was just on a flight and I was going through my voice memos and I was looking through, I was like, gosh, some of these are, from late 2020, early 2021. So yeah, and it was also, we just kind of had we were afforded time that we have not had in the past to be able to kind of be more persnickety about what we want. And we had written, I think we probably wrote about 25 songs for this record and whittled it down, which is also something we've never gotten a chance to do. So yeah, so we got to kind of, you know, let it kind of become its own thing and take on its own flavors and shapes and stuff. And typically in the past, we had written everything together as a band in the same room. And this one was, we all kind of got into recording audio and engineering and whatnot. And so this time we got to kind of pass back and forth ideas, you know, via Pro Tools sessions and stuff, and kind of let things grow that way. So it just took a little bit longer than normal, but yeah. But other than that, just life stuff happening. You know, sometimes there's more important things than music, but you know, all good stuff.
Yeah, no, of course. Well, we're glad it's finally almost here. We've heard Max Wax Magnetic here, and we're actually going to play it here in a second, and we love it. So I'm sure the rest of the album is going to be just as good. So then let me get you out of here on this, Steve. What do you hope people take away from the full new album when they get to hear it?
Man, a lot of this record is about you know, speaking to things kind of shutting down in 2020 and stuff. We used to, as a band, we'd always say like we've had all these like cool opportunities and things that have we've gotten more out of this band than we could have ever imagined we would when we started it almost 12 years ago now at this point. And so we'd always say this thing. We're like, you know what, if we broke up tomorrow, that would be just fine. We've gotten everything we need out of it. And then when you can't play shows and stuff and life happens, you kind of go, oh, you know what? I don't think that was true. You know, I think that's probably a lie. You always want a little bit more. And so a lot of the record is about kind of cherishing what you've got right now and you know, trying to just be joyful in the moment instead of worrying about what's happening down the road or what happened back in the day or anything like that.
Cherish the now. I like that. I think that's going to be a catchphrase in my mind now going forward. Steve,
there you go.
I cherish this time that we got to spend together. This was great.
Come on now. Me too, man. Thanks for having me.
While you're here, you should watch more of our videos and subscribe so you don't miss what we do next.